Eat 4 simple nuts a day, and your penis could become harder than it's been in years. Naturally, without pills, prescriptions, or embarrassing doctor visits. Sounds unbelievable? For most men over 60, struggling with weak erections, fading desire, or the silent frustration of letting their partner down, this may feel like a dream. But what if I told you it's not only possible, it's proven? I'm Dr. Rena, a urologist with over 30 years of experience helping older men restore their vitality, their confidence, and their ability to perform, not through gimmicks or drugs, but through science-backed natural strategies. Over the years, I've seen countless patients regain their edge by simply changing what they eat. And today, I'm going to tell you about 4 nuts you've probably seen 1,000 times that could change your life in the bedroom. You've been told aging has to mean decline, that softness, loss of drive, and detachment are just part of the deal. But what if the very food sitting in your pantry could reignite your blood flow, boost your testosterone, and restore the strength you thought was long gone? In the next few minutes, you'll discover exactly how 4 specific nuts target the root causes of erectile decline, poor circulation, low testosterone, and hormonal imbalance, and how eating them at the right time each day can help you reclaim firmer, longer-lasting erections. Stay with me, because the most important detail is coming up, and most men miss it completely. Before we get into the powerful details, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another health tip designed specifically to help men over 60 stay strong, energized, and confident. And if you find this information helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I'm always here to improve and bring you content that truly supports your health and manhood. Now that you understand just how powerful the right foods can be for your sexual health, let's dive into the first of the 4 nuts that can help restore firm, lasting erections. Starting with the one I call the king of circulation. This nut doesn't just support blood flow. It actually helps open up your arteries from the inside out, making it easier for your body to send blood exactly where you need it. Let's talk about walnuts. 1. Walnuts, the king of vascular health. I'll never forget one of my patients. Carl, 68 years old, a retired fireman. Strong in his day, but by the time he sat across from me, he could barely talk about what was bothering him. Not because he didn't want help, but because he felt embarrassed. "Doc," he said, "I just don't feel like a man anymore." That moment stuck with me. Because the truth is, Carl wasn't alone. Every week, I see men just like him. Men who still have desire, still crave intimacy, still love their partners, but who've lost the ability to show it. One of the very first things I recommended to Carl wasn't a pill. It was a handful of walnuts. Now I know that sounds too simple, but science and real-world results back this up. Walnuts are packed with something called L-arginine, a natural amino acid that boosts your body's nitric oxide production. And nitric oxide is the chemical that makes an erection even possible. Without it, your blood vessels can't open, your circulation suffers, and you're left feeling defeated. But with enough nitric oxide flowing, your arteries relax and expand, sending blood exactly where it needs to go. What makes walnuts special isn't just the L-arginine. They're also loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation and unclog stiff, aging arteries. That's especially important for men over 60, since many are dealing with years, even decades, of silent plaque buildup. Every time you eat a few walnuts, you're giving your blood vessels the tools to function better. And when blood flows better, erections come easier, stronger, and last longer. For Carl, we added just 5 to 7 soaked walnuts to his breakfast every morning. Within weeks, he wasn't just standing taller, he was waking up harder. His words, not mine. And even more importantly, the connection with his wife grew deeper. Confidence returned, that fire came back. You see, I'm not sharing this as theory, I'm sharing it because I've watched this change lives. Walnuts are more than a snack. They're a signal to your body that you're not done yet, that you still deserve to feel alive, intimate, and fully male. And while walnuts help kickstart the engine by unlocking better blood flow, there's another nut that takes it a step further, one that's been proven to enhance performance, desire, and satisfaction all at once. In fact, it's the only nut that's been studied specifically for its ability to improve erections in men. Ready to find out what it is? Let's keep going. If you're still here and these insights are resonating with you, drop a number 1 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. Your engagement helps me bring you more content that supports your strength and health. Now, let's keep going and move on to the second powerful nut that can boost your bedroom performance. 2. Pistachios, the bedroom booster. Not long after I helped Carl with walnuts, another patient named James came to see me. He was 72, sharp as ever, and still madly in love with his wife of nearly 50 years. But there was a sadness in his voice when he said, "I want to be close to her, doc, but my body just isn't cooperating anymore." He wasn't dealing with a lack of desire. The spark was there. What was missing was the physical response. He'd get halfway there, and then everything would fall flat. He felt like he was letting her down, and it crushed him. That's when I told him about a lesser-known powerhouse, pistachios. Now, I've always liked pistachios for their flavor, but I respect them even more for what they can do for older men's sexual health. They're rich in a natural compound called arginine, just like walnuts, which helps produce nitric oxide, that critical chemical that opens up blood vessels and improves circulation. But pistachios bring something extra to the table. They're loaded with antioxidants, especially lutein and beta-carotene, which reduce oxidative stress and help protect your endothelial lining, the inner layer of your blood vessels, from damage. In fact, one study from Turkey looked at men with mild to moderate erectile dysfunction. They ate just under 100 grams of pistachios a day, roughly a handful, for 3 weeks. The results? Their erection quality, sexual desire, and overall satisfaction all improved significantly. And unlike medications, there were no side effects. That's the beauty of nature working in harmony with your body. So, with James, I told him to grab a handful of pistachios every afternoon. No fancy schedule, just consistency. And sure enough, the next time I saw him, he smiled before he even sat down. He told me he and his wife had started being intimate again, not just physically, but emotionally too. "We're laughing more," he said. "She's touching my arm in the kitchen again like she used to." That one sentence said it all. You see, when men start getting results like this, not from chemicals or injections, but from real food, something changes inside them. They feel in control again, their energy lifts, and the fear that maybe it's all behind me starts to fade. Pistachios aren't just good for your heart. They're a direct line to restoring connection, self-esteem, and pleasure. And while pistachios support the flow of blood and desire, the next nut we're about to talk about goes even deeper, to the very hormone that fuels your manhood. It's small, powerful, and often overlooked. But it might be the single most important nut for reviving testosterone in men over 60. Let's keep going. 3. Brazil nuts, the testosterone defender. There's a quiet shift that happens in many men after 60. They start feeling tired more often. Their motivation slips. That inner drive they once had, for work, for life, for sex, starts to dull. Some blame it on age, some on stress, others don't say anything at all. But often, what's really happening beneath the surface is a slow, silent drop in testosterone. And for men like Robert, a 66-year-old widower who came into my office last fall, that drop can be devastating. Robert was the kind of man who'd spent most of his life taking care of others. His wife had passed 2 years earlier, and though he wasn't ready for a serious relationship, he wanted to feel like himself again. Alive, energetic, present. He told me he felt like a shadow of who he used to be. That's when I introduced him to one of nature's most potent secrets for hormonal health, Brazil nuts. Just one Brazil nut contains more than 100% of your daily requirement for selenium, trace mineral that plays a crucial role in testosterone production, sperm health, and overall male vitality. Most men don't even think about selenium, but low levels are shockingly common in older adults, especially in the US, where soil selenium has been depleted over time. Without enough selenium, your testosterone can suffer, your energy tanks, and your libido fades. But get the right amount, your body starts to come back online. I recommended Robert start with just one Brazil nut a day, simple, safe, and powerful. Within weeks, he told me he was sleeping better, waking up with more energy, and even feeling flutters of desire again. "I caught myself whistling in the kitchen the other morning," he said. "That hasn't happened in years." And for Robert, that moment meant more than any lab result. It meant he was waking up, not just physically, but emotionally. Brazil nuts are powerful, but they require balance. Too many can lead to selenium toxicity, so 1 or 2 a day is more than enough. Think of them like a natural hormone booster, small, mighty, and perfect for older men who want to feel like themselves again. Now, we've talked about blood flow, we've talked about desire, we've talked about the hormone that drives it all, but there's one final piece to the puzzle, and it's often overlooked, yet essential. It's the nut that helps bring everything together by balancing your system, stabilizing your energy, and giving your body the endurance it needs to go the distance. Let's explore it now. If you're still watching and finding this information valuable, go ahead and comment the number 1 below so I know you're here and following along. Let's keep the momentum going as we dive into point number 4. 4. Almonds, the hormone balancer. When I talk to older men about their energy levels, mood swings, or even their lack of desire, the answer is rarely as simple as just low testosterone. The truth is, your body works like a finely tuned orchestra. Every hormone plays a part, and if even one is out of tune, the whole system feels off. That's where almonds come in. They may seem ordinary, but they carry an extraordinary power to bring balance back to a man's body, especially after 60. I remember one of my longtime patients, George. He was 70, a retired teacher, thoughtful, steady, but frustrated. He told me, "Doc, it's not just that I can't perform, it's that I don't feel like myself. I'm irritated one day, exhausted the next. My drive's gone, I'm not even interested in the things I used to love." What George was experiencing wasn't just aging, it was a disruption in his hormonal balance, something very common in older men. So I walked him through a simple addition to his diet. A small handful of almonds every evening. Almonds are loaded with zinc, magnesium, and vitamin E, 3 essential nutrients for hormonal regulation, energy production, and sexual health. Zinc helps support natural testosterone levels and plays a role in prostate function, something every man over 60 should be watching. Magnesium helps muscles relax and improves blood flow, while also supporting deep sleep, which, believe it or not, is when most of your testosterone is made. And vitamin E is a potent antioxidant that protects cells, including those in the reproductive system. A few weeks after George added almonds to his evening routine, he came in with a smile I hadn't seen in months. "I feel sharper," he said, "and calmer, and my wife noticed I've got more energy in the bedroom too." It wasn't a magic pill, it was food. Simple, natural, healing food, doing what it was designed to do. The best part about almonds is how easy they are to include. 10 to 12 raw almonds before dinner or mixed into a light smoothie in the evening is all you need. Avoid the salted, roasted kind. Those are often packed with oils and sodium that cancel out the benefits. The raw, whole almonds are what bring your body back into rhythm. Now, you've seen how walnuts help open your blood vessels, pistachios reignite desire, and Brazil nuts fuel your testosterone. Almonds tie it all together, helping you feel grounded, balanced, and back in control. But knowing which nuts to eat is just part of the story. What matters just as much, maybe more, is how you use them, when you eat them, and how they fit into your daily life to maximize the results. Because timing, quantity, and consistency can make all the difference. Let's break it down. 5. How to use these 4 nuts for max results. Knowing which nuts to eat is powerful, but knowing how to use them is what turns knowledge into real life-changing results. I've seen so many men make the mistake of eating the right foods, but at the wrong time or in the wrong way. What your body needs at 25 is different from what it needs at 65 or 70. The good news? These 4 nuts, walnuts, pistachios, Brazil nuts, and almonds, are not only effective, but they're also simple to fit into your routine when done right. The key is consistency and timing. Start your day by feeding your circulation. I recommend soaking 5 to 7 raw walnuts overnight, then eating them first thing in the morning with breakfast. Why soaked? It makes them easier to digest and allows your body to absorb the L-arginine and omega-3s more efficiently. This sets the stage for stronger blood flow throughout the day, especially to the areas where it matters most. Midday is when your energy naturally dips, so this is the perfect time to reach for a small handful of pistachios, about 40 unsalted shelled nuts. These keep your nitric oxide levels elevated, support your heart, and can help give you that extra spark of desire and alertness to carry you through the afternoon. In the early evening, have one Brazil nut, just one. This is critical. More isn't better. One Brazil nut gives you all the selenium you need to support your testosterone without overdoing it. If you eat it alongside healthy fats like olive oil or avocado, you'll absorb it even better. Finally, round out your day with 10 to 12 raw almonds about an hour before dinner. These help balance your hormones, support your sleep, and keep your blood sugar stable. Stable blood sugar means less fatigue, less irritability, and better hormonal flow. It also keeps your energy and libido from crashing right before the evening hours, when connection matters most. Over time, this simple daily rhythm, walnuts in the morning, pistachios midday, a Brazil nut in the evening, and almonds at night, creates a foundation of health that supports every layer of your masculinity. Your blood vessels open, your testosterone rises, your stamina returns. But most importantly, your confidence starts to grow back, one day at a time. The men I work with who stick to this routine often come back after 3 or 4 weeks looking brighter, stronger, and more hopeful. Not because they've found a miracle, but because they've taken back control. And the truth is, when you give your body what it needs, it responds often more powerfully than you ever expected. Now that you know exactly how to use these 4 simple nuts to reignite your strength and intimacy, there's just one final thing you need to understand. Because this isn't just about erections or hormones, it's about reclaiming the most important part of yourself as you age. Let's talk about that next. Conclusion. At this stage in life, many men begin to believe that the best parts of their health, their intimacy, and their manhood are behind them. I hear it all the time. I'm too old for that, or that part of my life is over. But I want you to hear something different today, something true. You are not done. Your body still responds, your heart still desires, your partner still longs for connection, and there are simple, natural ways to reignite that spark, starting with what you choose to put on your plate. We've talked about 4 powerful, humble foods that most people overlook: walnuts, pistachios, Brazil nuts, and almonds. Together, they form a nutritional foundation that supports what every man over 60 needs: strong circulation, balanced hormones, restored energy, and yes, the ability to perform when it counts. Walnuts open your blood vessels, creating the highway for blood to reach your most intimate areas. Pistachios bring life back to your desire and performance, helping you reconnect with your partner in ways that matter. Brazil nuts defend and restore your testosterone, the very hormone that fuels your drive, energy, and sense of identity. And almonds tie it all together, calming your system, supporting your sleep, and stabilizing the hormonal rhythm your body depends on. But beyond the science, beyond the nutrients, there's something deeper. What this routine gives you isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's confidence, it's dignity, it's the quiet pride of knowing you're doing something good for yourself and your partner. It's waking up and feeling that familiar pulse of life, strength, and connection you thought was lost forever. I've seen it happen again and again. I've seen men come back into my office walking taller, smiling wider, and looking more alive. Not because they took some magic pill, but because they made a small, powerful decision to take care of their bodies every single day. You don't need to overhaul your life or chase the next big thing. You just need to start right where you are. Add these 4 nuts to your daily routine. Stay consistent. Give your body the raw tools it needs to thrive. And remember, this isn't about trying to be 25 again. It's about being the strongest, most vibrant version of the man you are today. Because no matter your age, you deserve a life of connection, intimacy, and vitality. You deserve to feel good in your skin, proud of your strength, and hopeful for what's ahead. And it all starts with something as simple and as powerful as what's in the palm of your hand. So take that first step. The best days of your health, your passion, and your confidence aren't behind you. They're waiting just ahead. If this message spoke to you, if you feel more hopeful, more informed, or simply more empowered, please take a moment to like this video. Share it with another man who might need to hear it, and leave a comment below to let me know what part resonated most. Your support helps this message reach more men who deserve to feel strong, confident, and connected, no matter their age.